welcome back to more Let's Play Tokyo Dark. In the previous episode, we talked with the historian who asked us to go get the book from the guy outside. Haruto, I think his name was. Haruto then happened to be the brother of Daizo, and he said that the book was actually given to Daizo after he apparently tried to commit suicide due to his wife and child leaving him. Which was rough, but while he was in the hospital, he happened to get the book. And so we went over to Daizo and talked with him for a minute, got the book back, which happened to have a picture of Reina, or Ruby, on it. We went back to the historian, who was just like, yeah, she's the mask bearer, told us a bit of information about the whole mask-bearing situation, specifically that a bunch of people committed suicide to fuel the spiritual power of a little girl who became the first mask bearer, and that Reina might possibly be the new iteration of that. So with all that being said, we then went to the police headquarters to learn more about the Common Kai case that happened back in 1998, I believe. It was 1993 or 1998, one of the two. But went back, and we had to unfortunately suck up to Tyra by giving him a bottle of sake that the brother Takashi, or whatever his name was, the kendo master dude, he provided that for us and was like, hey, you know, if you suck up to him, it'll probably catch him off guard and he'll help you. So we did that. We got the file from Saki at the front desk. And now we are going to read it. I actually do not have the option to take the medication or play with Lady Fluffykins, despite the fact that Ito definitely said that she wanted to. Use the USB stick. Ugh, something doesn't smell right. There's a raid on a compound and all that's left is this lone debriefing. Doesn't add up. Not to mention so much of what is here is redacted. Officers arriving at the scene found 12 people dead on arrival, including Tokimasa and Mai's parents. Where are the details about how they died? Not to mention the report itself was filed almost a week after the raid, so why aren't there any autopsy reports? It says here 2 children and 1 adult are believed missing. That must be Mai, Takashi, and their grandmother. Guess that means Takashi was telling the truth after all. So many people have been hiding information from me, it's almost a relief. Still, for such a short report, it raises a whole lot of questions. List of the dead, their causes of death. There were other survivors, what else they found? It's all lost. Even the location of the compound has been classified. All I know is that the mask was found in the middle of a pile of dead bodies. What the hell happened here? Why was it covered up? Debriefing report incident code number date of incident was the 4th of March 1996. I got it wrong on both accounts. Date of report time of incident approximately 5:50 in the morning. Tasked with raiding compound belongs to cult known as Common Kai, located in redacted. Mission details redacted. Arrived to discover 12 bodies dead on arrival near compound, including cult leader Shinji Umezawa, aka Tokimasa. Other bodies included 6 females and 3 males of varying ages, along with 2 children. Cause of death redacted. 2 other children and 1 adult considered missing and may be dead. Other survivors redacted. Personal effects collected at scene of crime, including masks and several other ritual objects. Result: raid considered a success. Cult knows Common Kai's activities have ceased. Surviving members have been rescued. Fair enough. The report is unclear, but it's obvious something terrible happened in the Common Kai compound. No doubt the mask had a part to play in those 12 people's deaths, one way or another. Found its way to Reina afterwards. Said she was searching for the door, which means her connection to it is no mere coincidence either. The collector said the path of the dark would never reveal itself unless I understood her past. The report is dead end for now, but he gave me another lead. Talent agency called Omega and Kabukicho. Not a whole lot to go on, but maybe I'll find the connection I need to connect the dots. For now, all I can do is go to the Kabukicho and ask around. I'll take a pill. It's fine because my investigation has been really, really good. And that'll bump my sanity up to only -3. So, very good there. We'll leave -38 there is really good, and my professionalism's kind of gone up, so that's good. Good stats all around. Alright, so the only place it'll let me go now is Kabukicho. What? Are you not gonna let me? I wanted info. No? Okay, I guess I'll just travel. Shit. Kinda wanted to know where I was getting to. Lecter mentioned a talent agency by the name of Omega here in Kabukicho, with ties to Reina. Unless there's a big sign advertising it, which I highly doubt, I'll need to ask around to find it. Apparently it's a real busy place, hot damn. Based on the dragon motifs and the general vibe around the building, I guess this place is no normal bar. Who knows how many other places around here the Yakuza have dipped their fingers into. Whoop, cat. Here are 3 faces in uniform that I don't recognize, though I doubt they'll have a hard time recognizing me. The way they're huddled around, it hardly looks like they're doing much police work. More than a few violations probably pass under their noses, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone slips them a bit of cash on the side to ignore them. Cops like that probably wouldn't give me any trouble, but they definitely aren't going to blab their superiors about seeing me in Kabukicho. Hey, hold up. Don't I know you? Who, me? Yeah, you. Unless you're hiding someone behind your back. Aren't you the detective whose face was all over town a few weeks back? Yeah, that's it. How didn't I recognize you before? Hey guys, didn't someone from HQ come by and ask us about her earlier? Maybe we should call it in. Hold on, Denjiro. Really think that's a good idea? What are you talking about? Not risking my job over some nobody detective? Yeah, well, call it into HQ and you might be risking more than your job, if you know what I mean. Ryu's right. Why should we stick our necks out when she hasn't even done anything wrong? Being on leave doesn't mean she can't walk around, does it? With Ryu, I doubt I need to remind you boys what happens when you ruffle the wrong feathers in HQ. You guys can't be serious. Look, I'm not saying we arrest her. Only you're going to piss off the wrong people, Denjiro. I don't know how much more obvious I need to make it for you to get it. No one, not even the detective here, is worth bringing down her wrath. Especially right now. Things aren't exactly on stable ground around here since the Mifune family shakeup. Don't need a repeat of Officer Ono. Begged for promotion one day and then some anonymous tip comes into HQ that Ono's been selling a little dope on the side. We got a gun to tie him to the crime scene. Yeah, a gun that mysteriously gone missing from evidence. Think that story's true? Does it really matter if it is or not? The point is, he asked too many questions around here and now he's in jail. Some police we are, held hostage by some woman. Screw it. Maybe you guys are right. Suppose if that guy from HQ asks again, we can say we didn't see any detective tonight. That's right, we didn't see you, and you definitely didn't talk to us. Got it? Yeah, I got it. Being on the street around here isn't exactly an easy position to be in, huh? You mean at the bottom? Yeah. It doesn't give us a whole lot of options. Feels like I'm always stuck between HQ and all the other shit going on around here. I'm not sure which is worse, honestly. You read the papers, don't you, detective? You heard about the Mifune family, right? Yeah, I'm sure she has. That's all you need to say on the subject. You never know who's working for who around here, so put a lid on it. Listen, detective. Whatever you think we are, or what you think goes on around here, it isn't so simple as good cop and bad cop. Remember that. Kabukicho might not be perfect, but we do our best to keep the peace, right? Right. Like Ryo said, we're trying our best, so don't cause any trouble for us, and we'll return the favor by not letting HQ know about this. There's plenty scarier than HQ out there. That's for sure. Why don't you move along, Detective? I think I'll do just that. Good luck, officers. Seems this club's pretty popular. It's already has a lot of customers. Maybe talk to some of the regulars. Give me a good idea of where to start looking for Omega. Oh, I can't go any further? Evidently not. I can't even talk to these guys. Ooh. Very interesting looking place. Can I ask you something? Whoa, 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 I wasn't doing anything. You're a cop, right? Nope, we are wrong. I'm looking for a talent agency by the name of Omega. Why'd you think I was a cop? Phew! Well, the cops asked that many questions right off the bat. Well, that and your costume had me fooled. Gotta be careful walking around like that. Oh, I got it. You're some kind of performer, right? What are you doing looking for Omega? I guess a wash. You don't get any work from them. Worry not, sweetheart. It just so happens I work for one of the best agencies in town. We handle all types. Models, performers, actors, you name it. Even a mature woman such as yourself will have no problem finding work through us. That is, if you're fine with them staying in costume. My lucky day. That's the spirit. Have a drink with me, babe. I'll get you signed up. I'm sure I can find work for you in no time. Well, like I said, I'm looking for Omega. A friend of mine recommended them, so it'd be rude not to talk to them at least, right? You ask me, your friend's got no taste. You shouldn't waste your time with those losers. No one's even seen their guys around for months. Word on the street says they ran up a bit of debt with the wrong people, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you didn't hear that from me. You know where I am if you want a real chance, babe. Can I ask you something? Yeah, sure. You don't need my permission. Heard of an agency around here called Omega? Omega? No, it doesn't ring a bell. Why? What's it to you? Looking for a missing girl. Missing, huh? Is she foreign? Working for a nightclub? Maybe working for some of the other types of clubs? I don't remember asking your opinion on the girl, only if you knew about the agency. Either way, answer's the same. I don't know no Omega. Probably won't find her even if I did. Girls go missing all the time around here, if you catch my drift. Care to be more specific? No, I don't. I don't think you delicate types could handle it. Just say not everyone's is as nice to the ladies in those places as I am. Leave it at that. Stir the pot with questions like that, you're bound to end up in trouble, so if you want help, go ask someone else. Oop, another cat? I'm gonna accidentally get this cat updated. I should probably stop collecting these. Oh, can you spare a minute? Whoa, how long have you been standing there? Me? I just got here. Why so jumpy? Sorry. Is his name really X? Big scary guy with a scar here, a little before you. He acted friendly enough, but he made me feel a little uneasy. He kept asking me what I was doing here and if I wanted to go somewhere and have a drink with his friends. Honestly, I've been waiting for a good moment to duck out. I think you made the right decision by staying put, if you ask me. Or heard of the talent agencies here around here called Omega by chance? Omega? Nope, never heard of it. I'm actually not ever in this part of town. A friend of a friend's invited me out here for a few drinks, but she hasn't shown her face yet. It's starting to stink of some sort of weird setup. Anyway, I still have some pride, so I'm gonna tuck my tail and run just yet. Good luck finding that agency or whatever you were looking for. If you see that guy I mentioned earlier, watch your back. Evening. You know anything about a talent agency called Omega? I heard they were based here. Are you insane? Not like I'm asking you to take me there personally. What's the issue? You do know where you are, don't you? Omega ran up against some people, the same people who own this club, and they lost. And the food I take over has already racked up quite the body count, and I don't plan on being added to it. I'm not sure who you're working for, but you've come in at a bit of a sensitive time. If I were you, I'd turn around and walk out that door. Hell, she probably killed him too. Killed who? Him, you know, Higashi, the owner of Omega. Everyone knew he owed the Mifune family a small fortune. Word on the street is that there's been a little spring cleaning of any disloyal retainers. Do I need to spell it out for you? Good. I've already said too much. You should stop asking around, too. Never know who's listening. Well, unless it makes me, I think I am inclined to agree. Nope, it definitely looks like it's gonna make me. I don't see a way to leave. Yep, looks like we're gonna continue talking. Cool. Hey, can I ask you something? About a talent agency called Omega. You know anything? Alright, I'll take that as a no. Hey, do you know this area? What? I had a question about... What? Speak up. I can't hear you. Speaker's right there. You're gonna have to talk louder. I'm looking for an agency. Looking for a vacancy and what? Oh, and you're what? Oh god. I'm looking for information about Omega Talent Agency. Do you know anything? Oh. Really shouldn't shout things like that around here. Excuse me, miss. We're hoping you might join us next door. Consider it an invitation from an admirer. Besides, it's a much nicer venue than this dump. Yeah, in fact, we'd be happy to escort you. Is this the big guy with the scar? You don't refuse the Yakuza, so I'll just say sure, I'll go. Good answer, follow us. Well, hello there. Uh, hello? Well, I don't see any cats in here. So there's that. She's, not talking, though. Hello? Ma'am. Did the game break? I'm gonna guess the game broke. Well? Huh. Let's try this again. I suppose I really only need to talk to the last guy. Oh. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to look at trying to get it to pass this part. Very weird. Okay. I'll be back, I hope. Okay, so I'm back. I'm back. Um so I ran into some issues. Essentially, when I was looking it up, the only thing I could find, which was a post from 2017, I think, was a message board saying that in order to continue on with the game, I'd probably have to start the game over completely. And upon getting back to where I was, there was still the chance that because I was doing the exact same options and doing everything the way that I had, that I could get back to exactly where I was, and then the game wouldn't let me continue because it would glitch out again. And I was just like, well, that's kind of crap. I don't know why the game got so glitchy after the first time I played it, but it got way worse. So you might notice I'm actually now playing Tokyo Dark Remembrance, which was the console release. I am now on my PS4, And the reason behind that is the PS4 and or console versions of the game are now considered the definitive edition because they got rid of a bunch of the glitches and issues that were wrong with the PC version, which for whatever reason never ended up getting patched out, I guess. So I sat down, I went through all the choices that I had made, and was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sit down and I'll finish the game on PS4. This version adds cutscenes and endings and stuff anyway. I planned on getting it eventually. It's just irritating that I had gotten that far and then had to restart the game from ground zero. Um, but with that being said, I was like, all right, fine. I have an Elgato. I'll go ahead. I'll sit down. I'll do this. It's been a while since I've used the Elgato. I know there's a few tweaks and twabs that I have to do in order to get it up and running, but it should be fine. I played Danganronpa this way, or Danganronpa, whatever you want to call it. So I got everything set up, and I found my Elgato from unpacking and what have you, which I'll talk more about that later. But I unpacked it, found all the cords, and plugged it into my computer, and it was sitting there flickering off and on like it couldn't keep a signal. And I was like, well, this is a brand new HDMI cord going into it. It's a brand new HDMI cord coming out of it. So it has to be the USB cord, which I only had one of, and it was my PS3 controller cord. So I looked at it and I was just like, well, it's kind of old. I guess I could get a new one of those. But my dad then gave me a whole bag full of USBs, which were varying in age, and it was the same thing. It just couldn't keep a stable connection. I was like, I feel like it's probably because the USB cord wasn't working. So I bought a new USB cord, waited for it to ship, got it here because for whatever reason Walmart doesn't carry normal USBs anymore. Or at least not my store. I wasn't going out of my way to go find one. Finally got it, came in, same issue. And I was just like, what in the heck? So a quick 2-minute Google search led me to find that HDVC, I believe is what the initials were, in your PlayStation 4 menu prevents Elgato from connecting. So I turned that off and went through and plugged it all up and looked, and it instantaneously worked. So hopefully the audio mix, I know there's like a 650 millisecond delay between game audio and my audio, so that might need some tweaking, but other than that, I think the video quality should be fine. It might not be as crisp as my computer screen, but it'll buff out. But, needless to say, let us continue on in the Tokyo of Darks. Alright, so the controls are a little... Ooh, let me turn this down a little bit. I can't hear myself speak. The controls are a little bit different. So essentially, so like with the cat statues, which I'm not going to pick that up because I don't want to get the cat ending on mistake, but I know it's there. Actually, there's 2 on this screen if I remember, so I can show you how that works. Essentially, when the boxes and reticules or whatever pop up, on the PS4 version, you click X and it'll stop you from moving your character, period. And it'll open up that screen. If you want to back out of it, you can click circle, but if I click the cross button, and then I can use the diagonal and or analog sticks in order to make my choice, and then click X, and there it goes. So, I should have made all the same decisions up to this point that I have made previously, so it should be a perfectly fine save file that I'm coming off from. But, so in order to click cats, like, I can't just reticule and there's no, like, pointer for it, so I can't exactly just take a cursor and click on it. In order to collect the cats, if you see one on the screen, you just click triangle, and it'll do that. Um, Unfortunately, that also means, like, as I'm walking around, I can just jam on the triangle button, and eventually I would collect them all, so it makes that a little bit easier, but it is what it is, you know? But, just to make sure that I got all this going, I'm gonna go ahead and go through this dialogue again, just to be sure.